Okay, so we're going to go over a couple knives. Uh, these are some knives that I've had for a very, very long time. Let's start with this one. This is not the first knife I ever got. I got it at a yard sale. This has probably been 20 years ago. I'm starting to kind of find some of my older knives, and I'd like to just kind of go over them and to learn more about them. But this one I got in the yard sale just struck my fancy. It looked kind of cool. It's aluminum scales with brass liners. So I guess maybe I felt like it was a premium knife, which I don't know. It's got a lanyard loop or potentially for keychain or something. I don't know, but that's brass as well. Uh, and I probably paid 25 cents. So back then I wouldn't pay much for a yard sale knife, especially like this right here. Blade seems to be in decent shape. It's by no means really sharp. It does have an edge and it could cut you, but it's doesn't. It's rolled on the end down there. It's just rolled right there on the end. Blade just says stainless China, in Carolina. Carolina. So Carolina, yeah. So it just says Carolina on one side and then stainless China on the other side. And so I have no idea if this knife was maybe in a gift set or what. But I just picked it up at a yard sale. And I mean, it was, like I said, about probably 25 cents is what I paid for it. And I would say probably 15, 20 years ago is how long I had this knife right here. But anyway, I just thought it might be interested to show a little bit about it. It is a lockback knife. So it doesn't lock, or it doesn't have a stop in any place like a slip joint. It is a lockback knife. And I thought it was pretty cool. So, that's one that I picked up, at a yard sale, and I thought it was neat. So I'm just sharing it with you guys. So that was number one. And then this one, I picked it up at a yard sale. It hasn't been that long ago. This knife, which I haven't cleaned it up, which I think I might clean it up. But I picked this knife up probably about 10 years ago and would have been the same thing, at most $1. But looking at this and the condition it's in, I would have only paid 25 cents, 50 cents or something for this knife. I don't even remember it's been that long ago. But it is, let's get the blades out here. So it is two blades, and you can see that they have been used and sharpened to a decent degree. Let's see if I can make out any markings on the blade, because the scales doesn't actually give me any input to the blade or what the knife may or may not have been. Yeah, I'm just not seeing anything on the blade, so I have no idea. I have no information on this knife. You can see it's a little bit worse for wear. There is some gaps in the brass scales here and over here, which leads me to inclined it was pried on this way and pried on that away. The scales appear to be, I don't know that I want to say that's bone. I want to think that might be Bakelite or plastic. I mean, I really don't know what else to kind of call that. It has been skidded around, potentially in a drawer. Um, It's a little bit of a rolled edge there. And maybe right there on that tip's rolled a little bit. Dull as a cucumber. And that little pin blade there is rolled really bad on this side here. But the tips seem to be straight. Everything seems to be good. So I may try to do a little bit of fixer-upper on this knife. And you can hardly see, but you can see where the pins are in the end. So I think I may be able to take and clamp and tighten those up by pinging them. And that should probably tighten them up. Now the blade, it's got a little wobble because of that gap. But I think if I ping these ends and buff them, if I'm really careful using maybe a brass mallet or something like that, that I can take and tighten this knife back up again. Clean it up a little bit, make it look a little better. And like I said, I don't know if it's worth anything, but I am practicing on working on knives and refinishing knives as well. And so that's where I want to gain a little bit of experience to try to do. Looks like, so you can see a shim right in here to push this blade over, offsetting it from this blade right here. And that's basically the way these knives were set up to be able to fold into one another. So the blades have to be offset so they can both close in. So you see here where that blade is kind of angled out over this way. And then closing this blade fills in the gap on this side. And so you basically have everything sandwiched into the middle there. So I think I'll add this to my refinishing. So, because I think as drastic as this knife is, I think it would really clean up well and look nice. Whether it's worth anything or not. But I really want to clean these blades up so I can see if there's any markings on there to kind of find out what it is, because there's no medallion on the scales to give me any indication as to who, what, when, why, where, and how. So anyway, that's to me, no name. Now this one is definitely a real name. So I bought this when I was probably 17, 18, not long around the time Dad passed away. But Dad always carried an old timer. Now he always carried a 3-blade old timer, and he gave it to me when he got him a new one. And so this knife right here, I got it to replace the one he gave me because I lost it. And then I found it again, and then I lost it again. So I'm not sure where it's at now. I'm hoping it's with my box of old knives that I've kept around for many years. And I have no plans of doing anything to this knife because of the nostalgia. I'm going to try and buff and clean the back on here. But when I talk to you guys telling you that in my day, you pulled the knife out, you kept it oiled because it was going to rust. But you pulled the knife out, you used it, and you sharpened it. So these old 2-blade old timers, I can't tell you, I don't know what the steel is here, but for the age of this knife and how I have probably left it around in places it shouldn't be, just knocking around in drawers and stuff, there's nothing rolled on the edges because someone may have sharpened it right. but there wasn't no such thing as stropping back then. I never stropped a knife. I just sharpened on a whetstone, and I always pulled into the blade. I never went backwards. But I watched Outdoors 55, and he talked about it to where there's really no perceptible difference in going against the knife blade or with the knife blade in relation to leaving the a rolled edge on there. So apparently it doesn't really matter. So this blade right here, which is the main blade, You can see I didn't get a huge amount of sharpening on it, but you can tell that I pulled this thing out many times with my fingers because it hasn't been oiled in a long time. This is the blade that I hardly ever use on a knife, but this one I used all the time. And so this knife right here, it is well rusted. That blade is the tip is abused. I don't remember what I did to break that tip, but I just barely broke the tip, and I never did reprofile it. And I may do that, clean the blades up on it, clean the back of the knife a bit, and reprofile that tip and give it a good sharpening, oil it, and put it away. But this knife right here, I carried for a long time. In place of the 3-blade that my dad gave me that I lost. And hopefully it is in my box of childhood knives, and that I will be able to show that one to you. Now that one, boy, that blade is all used up, and this one's used up, and the other one's got some use on it because it was well used, trust me. I found another knife that I packed, oh goodness, 20 years. I've packed it for 20 years. I just recently stopped when I started doing all these knife reviews and finding other knives, and I eventually, I was carrying 5-6 knives at a time. And so I went to just carrying 2 now. Well, 3, carrying the little tiny one I showed y'all recently in a video. Let me grab that one real quick. Sorry about that, but you guys know that I don't keep track of I don't plan a lot of things. But this is my Uncle Henry, and I've carried this knife for quite a while. You can tell it's got some pocket wear from it, but it's still in decent shape because it was my go-to knife. So I'm gonna pull this blade here out, and you can tell it's been sharpened, but not crazy. That's just a blade. That's a utility blade. And with these knives, what I would always do is I would have like the pointy blade would be my fingernail cleaner, my box opener, my blah blah blah, whatever I was going to do with it. That's what I pulled out and used. This was my food blade. Now I'm gonna cut a steak. I pulled this blade out and I'd cut my steak with it. But that's the blade that I would use for very little utility, if none at all. But it's also the blade on knives I've historically used for Phillips head screws. Forgive me, I'm sorry, but I have done that many times. But that is my food blade on a knife like this right here, and how I use this blade to that degree, in all honesty. This blade here, of course, now you can see how I've got a lot of sharpening been done on that blade right there because it's been used quite a bit. That's my utility blade, and no rolled edges. Tip's got a little bit of burr on it. Forgot to check this one. Oh, I got a tiny bit of a rolled edge there. Shame on me. So anyway, this is my utility blade. This is the one I'll be cleaning my fingernails with, cutting tape, opening boxes, threatening somebody with, or whatever. I mean, that's the blade that come out when this knife come out of my pocket, unless I was at a dinner table and then that one comes out. So anyway, I found these knives here and I thought I'd share them with you, and I thought this one was a pretty cool one to share. I've got on my community page, and I can't change it. You have to be subscribed to the channel. There's no way I can change that. And you have to be subscribed to the channel for at least 24 hours, one day. But you can post, and you can post videos of your knives. and or anything. You can post videos, pictures of anything. It doesn't matter. You might can do videos too. I don't know, but I know you can post pictures, and I've had some people that's posted some recently. I love to look at knives. I told them in a comment recently, you know, knife porn on the internet is okay, but real life used knives, I love to see videos of knives that have been used and even abused for that matter. What's the worst thing you've done to a knife? I would love to see videos on uh, your knives. So go to the chain breaker page and then go to the community page. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe. Uh, Give it um, 1 day, 24 hours, and then you can post pictures of what you carry, your EDC stuff. So anyway, I hope to see you there, and I'm looking forward to it. Okay, so this is kind of a quick little add-on that I'll probably just turn into a short. On the Chainbreaker channel, if you go to the Chainbreaker channel and go to the community tab, I can't change this. It's part of YouTube. You have to be subscribed to the channel. And you have to be a subscriber to the channel for 24 hours or 1 day. But I would love to see your knives. Please show me your knives. Give me a picture of it. I've said this before. Just looking at knives on the internet's cool, but I love to look at knives that people have carried and used. Because a knife on a shelf is just a knife on a shelf. It might look cool or whatever, but what people really carry and choose to carry every day is something I want to know about, because that's the knives that I'd be interested in and I might want to carry. So anyway, hope to see your knives there. Comment on them. Let's get something started on the community page, and let's see what you got, what you carry. Appreciate you. We'll see you there. Your time is very important to me, and I thank you for spending it here with me. Thanks, and God bless.